time, I'd like to remind you that I'm not your financial advisor and this is not financial advice. My YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes only and to document my journey in the crypto space. I encourage you to pause the video at this time to read the full disclaimer. And now let's get on with the show. Okay guys, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. Just want to do another video real quick on another Dapp within the Frag system. This one is called Fragbox. Won't be a long video, pretty simple, easy to explain. The Fragbox, in essence, is kind of your savings account of the Frag ecosystem. What you basically do is if you buy frags on the X here, the decentralized exchange, as you buy those, you can actually put them into the Fragbox here. And what you do is you deposit it. Once you deposit it, you start getting dividends. Well, let me go back. First, when you deposit, it actually takes 10% of when you deposit. So it's almost, imagine those other dApps when you put in 10% or when you put in your deposit, 10% comes out and gets distributed to everybody else holding frags in the box, proportional to how much they're holding. The same thing goes when you cash out. When you cash out from the frag box, 10% again gets taken away and gets put towards everybody who's still in the frag box itself. So now you do get referrals on this, so you can use your referral link. And what happens with that is if somebody uses your referral link, you actually get a 1% reward on what they put into there, and then 9% goes distributed, which is good. So I'll actually have my link below if you guys want to give it a try. I'd appreciate it. So going back to this then, where did the divs come from? Well, first it comes from all the buys and sells, like I said, and that in essence will start building your dividends over here. You can actually claim those divs, which will put it into your deposit, or you can withdraw those divs and then you get frag back into your frag into your wallet, basically. So additionally, actually, I was talking to a couple of people in the chat as well as the actual developer, and a couple of points I wanted to point out. One is there's never really going to be a fear that there won't be frag in here available to go, simply because it's your frag in the box, plus you will always get dividends from other people coming into the box. So in essence, it's kind of feeding itself. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, so it's not one of these kind of contracts where the price keeps going up over time or anything of that nature. So you'll always have that frag available. The tricky part is this is a long-term play, simply because if you gotta basically imagine you're gonna be 20% down. So if you have 100 frag, it's 10% in, 10% out. So that puts you to 80 frag right off the bat, technically. So this is a long-term hold. With that hold, you're going to be getting dividends actually from when I was talking to the developer. So anytime there's buys and sells on this exchange here for frag, as you're buying and selling, there's a small percentage that kind of gets tucked away, and he will periodically take that percentage and drop it as dividends into the frag box itself. So it's not really built into the code. It's just something that he does to boost the frag box and kind of help people out in there. So the other thing that I asked him is there anything else that's currently feeding it, such as the dice or the frag toss? And he says at this point, no, actually the frag toss and the dice, I believe, feed into the bonds here. That's where the majority of the bonds get mined for that purpose. However, my understanding is that there is a Dapp 10 that's coming out. If you guys are part of the Telegram or anything of that nature, you'll know that he's put a couple of teasers out there. And to my knowledge, if you go back in the chat a long time ago, that Dapp 10 is going to feed, and you use TRX to get into Dapp 10, so you use Tron to get into it, and it feeds into this frag box. So if this Dapp 10 does take off, everything's intertwined very well. So if you're going to use this Dapp 10, you're probably in a good place if you have money to the frag box here. If you're into bonds, you're probably more inclined to use the frag dice or the frag toss. If you're doing Frag FOMO, Frag FOMO actually feeds bonds as well, but then you also get dividends. Frag Power is its own beast. I won't even get into that. I have a video on that if you guys want to check it out, kind of explaining how that works as well. But Frag Goo, from what I'm gathering, is kind of on its way out, basically. Frag Raffle's its own beast. You basically just put in TRX and try and win some frags. So, let me see if there's anything else that I had jotted down here to talk about. The dex fee we talked about. Oh, and then obviously there's burn. So anytime you're going in there, you're going to be burning frag, which is the name of the game because we're in a deflationary system here, and you want burn to drive down supply. So I think that's about all I wanted to talk about on it. Like I said, this was going to be a short video, just simply because I wanted to talk about Fragbox a little bit and let you know another way that you can build your Tron and build your frag on this ecosystem. At the moment, I don't really have anything in the Fragbox. I did have some in there, but I've actually pulled it out and moved it over to Power as I'm trying to figure out how to learn this and play this, which is a whole nother beast. We'll talk about that on a different video. But again, if you want a quick tutorial, check out my other videos on my channel. All right, that's about all I got for now, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe, and let's go keep playing those frag games. Have a good one.